Most people think the middle class is a safety net, a stable life, a good job, a secure income, a respectable way to live. But what if that safety was never real? What if the middle class isn't a comfortable place you grow into, but a system you are trained to stay inside? Because here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. You were never meant to get rich. You were never meant to outgrow the system. You were never meant to rise too far above your salary. The middle class wasn't built for wealth, it was built for control. Let me show you how the trap works, and why escaping it starts with seeing what was always right in front of you. Chapter 1. The middle class was engineered, not earned. The middle class didn't appear naturally, it was designed. Governments needed workers, corporations needed stability, economies needed predictability. So they created a system that rewards obedience but punishes independence. It starts young. Go to school, get good grades, follow instructions, choose a stable job, climb the ladder slowly, don't question the system, don't ask for too much. This is not education, this is programming. The middle class was built as a buffer, not to make you wealthy, but to keep society running smoothly. They didn't want you poor, but they definitely didn't want you powerful. And the easiest way to control a population is to give them just enough comfort to stop them from asking for more. But comfort is never free, and the price you pay is far more expensive than you think. Chapter 2. The trap isn't poverty, it's predictability. Poor people rebel, rich people innovate, but middle class people, they follow the rules. They pay taxes on time, they buy homes they can barely afford, they stay loyal to companies that don't reward them, they spend most of their income on debt, lifestyle, and stability. And this is exactly why the trap works. You are predictable. Predictable buyers, predictable workers, predictable taxpayers, predictable voters. People who don't shake the system but keep it alive. The middle class is the engine of the economy, but the engine is never meant to outrun the driver. They keep you borrowing, they keep you working, they keep you spending, they keep you tired. Not broken, not rebellious, just exhausted enough to stay in place. But the real trap isn't what they gave you, it's what they made you believe about yourself. Chapter 3. The psychology that keeps you poor. The system doesn't keep the middle class poor with money, it keeps them poor with beliefs. You were taught, be grateful for your job, don't be greedy, don't take risks, don't ask for too much, don't outshine others, play it safe. Security is success. These were not lessons, these were limits. They trained you to avoid discomfort. They taught you to fear uncertainty. They conditioned you to associate ambition with danger. And it worked. You lowered your expectations before the world even has a chance to crush them. You stay small to avoid judgment. You stay loyal to companies that don't value you. You accept salaries that don't reflect your worth. You choose stability over growth because growth feels unsafe. This is not middle class. This is psychological imprisonment. The bars aren't metal. They're beliefs you didn't choose. And the system knows exactly how to keep you in this loop. Chapter 4. The middle class loop that drains your wealth. Here's how the trap maintains itself. 1. You get a salary, a predictable income, safe, comfortable, controlled. 2. You build a lifestyle around it. Rent, bills, car loans, subscription payments. 3. Your responsibilities increase. Family, children, mortgage, healthcare. 4. Your freedom decreases. You can't leave your job, you can't take risks, you can't say no. 5. Your salary becomes your prison. They don't need to chain you, your life expenses already do. And as your income rises, so does your lifestyle, so do your debts, so does your fear of losing everything you built. The trap is complete. A life so expensive you can't afford to leave the system. But here's the secret. The wealthy were never placed inside this loop in the first place. Chapter 5. What the rich were taught that you weren't. Rich families aren't smarter, they're trained differently. They teach their children jobs are temporary, skills are leverage, money buys time, time builds assets, assets create freedom. They don't encourage safety, They encourage strategy. While the middle class is told, work hard and wait. The wealthy are told, build, own, and move. You save, they invest. You fear risk, they fear stagnation. You trade time for money, they trade money for time. You were taught to survive, they were taught to expand. That's the real gap. Not intelligence, not opportunity, not education, but identity. And once you see the system clearly, you can finally step outside of it. Chapter 6: How to Escape the Middle Class Trap. Escaping the trap isn't about quitting your job overnight, it's about breaking the beliefs that kept you inside it. Start here. 1. Stop identifying with your salary. It's not your worth, it's your starting point. 2. Reduce lifestyle pressure. Freedom requires margin. 3. Build skills the system cannot replace. Skills are leverage, not effort. 4. Move from consumer to creator. Ownership is the exit. 5. Invest in assets before lifestyle. Money must grow before it comforts. 6. See the trap for what it is, a ceiling that feels like a floor. The moment you stop seeing the middle class as a destination and start seeing it as a holding zone, your financial life begins to shift. Because the trap only works when you don't know you're inside it. Final truth: you were never meant to stay here. The middle class wasn't designed to lift you, it was designed to contain you. But the system only wins if you stay predictable, stay afraid, stay obedient, stay small. You break the trap not by working harder, but by waking up. If you want to understand how money, psychology, and systems shape your financial life and how to escape the traps you were raised into, you can get the Money Mirror Playbook. Link in the description. Because the truth is simple. You weren't meant to stay poor. You were trained to. The mirror never lies. The question is, now that you see the trap, what will you do with the door that's finally open?